Yeah, you can start. Tamil Kannan, I'm audible, right? Ah, yes. Yeah.
Yeah, good evening all. This is Tamil Kannan here, GDSC Flutter lead. So I welcome all to the second session of Flutter Festival. Today in this session, we'll be learning Flutter widgets. So in this session, we'll be learning what are Flutter widgets and an introduction of which can be used as a backend for Flutter applications. So in the last session, we have seen what is Flutter and why do we need to choose Flutter, and something regarding something related to Flutter. So in this session, we'll be learning widgets. So first of all, what are widgets? So we can say widgets are the basic building blocks of an Flutter application. Um, so basic building blocks in the sense, so whatever we see in an application, we refer it to as a widget. So take for an example, consider WhatsApp. We can see the name WhatsApp in that application. The name of the widget, that itself is a widget. It's a WhatsApp, it's a text widget. So it is placed under an app bar, which itself as a also a widget. So so these are the widgets. So we can see that there are a lot number of widgets are available in Flutter. So we can say Flutter can be used to customize every single pixel of your application. Let's take an example. We can customize each and every widget of our own desire. There are some various widgets are there. There are rows, columns, stack, padding, and many number of widgets are available. Let's say a row. We use row for aligning the widgets in an horizontal order, whereas we use column for aligning the widgets in vertical order, and we use stack for arranging objects one over the other. Let's say we can say stack in data structures. We use push, pop, like substance. That which means we can place the widgets one over the other. So the next is padding. So padding is a space we can give around a widget, and center. This widget, let's us join. Let us makes the let's say into a centered position. So these are some basic widgets, and we can see it's a scaffold, app bar, and text, rich text, safe area, column, row, container, button. These are some basic, very basic widgets available in Flutter. So let me explain everyone what each things are. So scaffold. So what a scaffold is so what we see in this application. See, we can see um, what we can see that app bar. We can see some lines of some colored lines, and
I think Tamil Kannan, your slide was not visible.
yeah. Okay, I hope the screen is visible,
Yeah,
right?
now.
Yeah. So let's say scaffold. Let's take scaffold. So scaffold, in scaffold we can use a lot number of things. So as I said in the previous session, we can in previous session, as I said, Android use Material theme as a default theming language, and Microsoft use Fluent as a default theming language, and as iOS uses Cupertino as their default theming language. So every different platform has its own theming language. So we use Scaffold for defining that language. Let's say without using Scaffold, if we without using scaffold, if we place any other widget, it won't be adapted to the platform we use, because Flutter is a multi-platform framework. So we are building application not specifically for a platform. We are developing application for variety of platforms. So our application has to meet all the language theories that are assigned to that particular platforms. Let's say if you compile application for Android, it should match material theme design. If we design application for Windows, it should match Fluent theme design, and if we develop for iOS, it should match iOS theming design. So that can be achieved by using a scaffold. So I'll be explaining theory like substance here, and I'll be showing some practical things in this session later. So let's move on to app bar. So app bar, you can simply understand what the app bar is. So let us consider an WhatsApp as a basic example. Name WhatsApp here. This is a title, and we can see search button over there, and we can see another like 3 dots vertical more button. So this is an app bar. So what we see on top of application, like where we can see the status, battery level, and network indicators, and where we see those things comes under app bar. And text, as the name says, text, it simply shows the text. It simply shows the text what we like to show to the users. For example, if we need our user to enter their name, how can we prompt the user to enter his name? By using this text widget. Simply we use the text widget and enter your name. The user knows that the programmer asks for our name. So that is text widget's purpose. And next comes the rich text. So rich text is some more advanced form of text widget where we can customize different portions of the given string. Let's say here there is an Flutter world for mobile. You can see Flutter world for mobile is changed to italic style, and the color is purple color, and the word mobile is in bold style, and it comes under a single widget, but we can customize every part of the string you're providing to the text. So it is somewhat more advanced than a text widget. So here comes the safe area. So what is a safe area? What we say a safe area is, you can see the example without safe area and with safe area. So without safe area, you can see, consider for an Android device, you can see the status bar is over there. Like you can see Wi-Fi indicator and battery indicator and some other applications notifications. But our application is showing some items like camera under that under that status bar. So it is not good to see. Like it is not good to see, right? So what we can do to solve this is by using the safe area widget. If we use safe area, it won't cross its limit. So we can in our mobiles we are using some navigation keys, right? Like home, back, and the recents button. So if we use safe area, it will be more easier to limit our application's visibility, right? So that is safe area. And as I said, column, we use columns to arrange our widgets in a vertical manner, and we use row to align our widgets in horizontal manner. So and container. So container, what the word container means is, so we use containers to carry something, right? We use containers to carry some thing from one place to another. So same thing is the container can hold something. So we use container here in Flutter to hold some widgets in it. So we can wrap a widget inside a container, and we can give a color. You can see some shadow effect around it. So we can give some elevated effect. And as I said, every pixel of your device can be customized using Flutter. So here we can customize our application's look and feel. The main advantage of using Flutter is to make a more beautiful applications, right? So we need to make our users to spend their time in our application. So that is our main motive, and we need to make our application more beautiful, right? So that is the reason we are using this. So on buttons, as the name says, we may use buttons everywhere in our applications. Like we can customize our button as a rectangle button, or with some rounded edges, or some underlined buttons. We can see some underline here, and so you can see some outlined buttons. We can see some outline buttons and elevations, and we can customize every part of it as we like, as our programmers desire. So we have seen what are widgets are, what widgets are, and why we are using widgets. So as cells are the basic building blocks of an organism. So same as like that, without widgets there is no Flutter. So widgets are the basic building blocks. Whatever you see in a Flutter application are widgets. Right. So widgets can also be classified into two types. The first thing is stateless widget, and the second thing is stateful widget. So what is stateless and stateful widget? So as the name says, the stateless content has no state, and stateful widget has a state. So what a state is? Let me explain here. So you can see a program here. This is a program what we write to implement a stateless widget. I'll be explaining it later. So a stateless widget is a widget that describes a part of user interface by building a constellation of other widgets that describe the user interface more concertedly. So leave those all theory like substance. Imagine you have an application. It simply shows hello world. So let me show you a simple application. This is a stateful widget application. This is a stateful widget. Let me show a stateless widget application. So so this is a state. See, you can see here we have defined it as a stateless widget. So let me simply change this to a text showing hello world. Let me execute this code. For better understanding, I shall remove this also. So here it is a stateless widget. So if I run this code, see, you can see a simple hello world here. So as I said, you can see the difference here. I have simply added text here. After that, I'll be wrapping it with Scaffold, as it provides the theming interface for our application, and I'm just wrapping it in the body. So if I run this code now, you can see the difference. Let it execute. See, you can see the difference. So the scaffold automatically adapts to the platform we are using. So we are now using a web platform. So it adapts to it and it prints hello world. So this is a stateless widget. So why am I setting it as a stateless widget is the value of hello world will never change here. We cannot change the value of hello world here. There is no buttons here. There is no prompts for changing this value. It relies whenever you run this program, the value never change. It will be as a static thing. So the value won't change. The simple difference is stateless widgets value can be changed. Sorry, stateful widgets value can be changed, and stateless widgets value cannot be changed. So this is a simple definition for those for the difference between those things. So here this is a simple stateless widget. Consider the default example, stateful widget. So you can see that it is see here it is a stateful widget. It's a stateful widget. So if I run this code, this is a simple counter application. So if I press this button, you can see the value of this text field is changed. So the value of the widget is changed. So we can say it as stateful widget. So if you are constructing an application, whose value need to be changed, we have to wrap it with a stateful widget. So stateful widget is mandatory. So this is stateless and stateful widget. So you can see the code. So here the yellow bird is a class which extends a stateful widget. So stateful widget has another class here, state, which maintains of the application. So we can change the state, right? We can change the value of, we can change the color of container, value of a text, and even size of a container, size of a text, whatever we need to change. If it changes, it is a stateful widget. If it does not change, it remains static, it is a stateless widget. So this is a simple difference between stateful and stateless widget. So this is a simple hierarchy how on Flutter applications widgets are aligned. So this is a simple example for stateful widget. You can see a simple login screen, right? So you can see a simple login screen here. Simple login screen here. There exists an icon. So let's say it's a logo of the company, and this is a text field. This is an edit text, and this is also an edit text field which accepts passwords, and this is a button, and this is a button. So this is a Flutter apps page. So the user has entered Grasshopper as a username. So you can see stateful widget is wrapped here, and this is a login page. We can create multiple pages in our Flutter application. This is a login page. So you can see the state of page has been created, and the state we can the build function will be called once the state of the widget is changed. If I press next, the state changes, and again the build function will be called. Build function will be there will be a build function for stateless widget also, but build function in stateful widget will be changed once a value of any widget in that class changes. So this is a simple thing. So as I said, we are wrapping the whole application inside a scaffold, and inside the scaffold we are using safe area. Why we are using safe area is the safe area avoids operating system interfaces such as status bar and navigation bar from interrupting our applications widgets. And inside the safe area we are using list view. List view is similar to column, but list view itself contains a scroll bar, right? Where column doesn't contain a scroll bar in it. So list view, we are wrapping it inside as list view. Inside the list view, we are using a sized box. So what a sized box is, it's also widget. These all these widgets combine to form this beautiful, let's say this is a very simple application. So we can customize these things into beautiful applications also. So sized box is an it's a simple box which has the parameters like height, width. So we can customize that. And inside list view, there is a column. So inside column we are using an image where it is a diamond. So image is a widget and the value is diamond. And we are using sized box for leaving some space between these two widgets. And after that, after sized box, we are using text. So the company's name, and we are using a large space here. See, we have used sized box here for using a large space. And after that, field. So text field, this is a text field where we can use where the user enters his input, and we are using sized box for space. And again, we are using text field, and we are using button bar. So button bar in the sense it contains a list of buttons in horizontal or vertical view as our wish. So we are using row like button bar here, using flat button. There are different types of button styles here: flat button, raised button, elevated button, text button. So there are various types of buttons in Flutter. So we are using flat button. The difference is flat button doesn't contain any like shadow effect, whereas raised button contains a shadow effect. So this is what we need to make our application more simpler and more beautiful. So these all widgets comprise to form this simple interface. So as I said, without these widgets, there is no this screen. So this is the difference between the stateless and stateful widget. When the stateless widget is created, it simply calls the build function. Whereas in stateful widget, the constructor calls the create state method. After create state method, init state method gets called. After that, the build method will be called. We will be placing all those in this build method. If we call set state method, if we call set state function, again the build function will be invoked. So this is a simple diagrammatic explanation that how stateless and stateful widgets are created. So, and this is an example for stateless widget. We will be creating a stateful widget simply, very easily. Just we are creating a class. We are naming it as my app, which needs to extend stateless widget. So as we learned, or extends like inheritance. So we are inheriting the class stateless widget here. So it has an function named built inside stateless widget. We are overriding it, and we are passing the widget here. Container is a widget, so we are passing the container. So at last we'll be getting an output of the screen. So, but here in stateful widget, we have some more code here, right? So some hard code here. So here we are extending it to full stateful widget, but we are overriding an create state method. So create state method creates a new state for that widget. So state in the sense the value. So if we need to change the value, we can simply call the set state method and we can simply change the value. So this is the initial state creation, and we can make the state create as our own number of times. And let's see, let's code and see how the stateless and stateful widgets are there. So before that, this is a simple catalog, how our applications, how the widgets are there. These many number of widgets are there in Flutter. These are simple basic widgets. So let me show you a demo of every widget so that you can see the full potential of Flutter. So first of all, let us see with simple widgets like icon. So we have a number of icons in Flutter. So this is the code for this simple window. So you can see this is a stateless widget because we are not going to change any part of the icon here. So here it is a state. Let me copy this code, and we use .pad here for testing purpose. So let me clear this and let me paste this thing, and I'll call this function. So icon example. So if I run this code, we can see a simple icon here. You can see a very simple icon. See, you can see a simple icon. So if I like to change the icon audio. Flutter itself contains a lot gallery of icons in it. Let's say cut. If I need a scissor like icon, I'm just simply changing the word. I'm getting a scissor like icon. We can change whatever icons we need, like paste. So paste in the sense we are getting a simple pad like icon where we used to paste our things what we need. Like this is a paste icon. So whatever we need, like copy. So I'm just simply changing this value, and I'm getting beautiful icons here. So this is how the Flutter works like this. So we can also change the size of icons by, let me choose 100 instead of 64. See, the size of icon gets increased. Even I can change the color. So if we need to change the color, so we need not to write some. I'm just simply writing colors dot. See, you can see a wide. You can see a large number of options here. See, you can see a lot colors. Let me choose red here, and if I press run, you will be seeing the icon in the color red. I'm not copying any icon. I'm not downloading any icons from internet. I'm just simply coding it, and you can see the icons here. Even if I need some blur effect, like color, like light red colors, I can put I can define the intensity of the color, like I'm just entering 100 here. If I enter 100 in the Z bracket, you can see the color of that. See, you can see a light red color. So this is a very simple thing. We can create an icon and we can create a widget here. So the next thing is text. Text, as I said, text will simply show the text to the user. So this is the code for text. In text, we will be having some more options like, let me demonstrate this. I'm just simply changing this thing. I'm just running it. See, you can see the simple text demo here. So I need the text to be bold. I'm just changing the font style parameter to, if I press font style dot dot, I'm just putting it normal, and I can define the weight of the widget like font weight dot. We can see the variety of options here, like weight 900 times, like 800 option, 60, 400, 300. If I need simply bold, if I type bold and press enter, you can see the text will be more bolder than now. See, so this is the thing. So if I remove this font style here, then I'm going to, this is a decoration of text input. We can change the color, as I said before, red or yellow, whatever we need. So whatever color we need, we can change it. So and size. So all these comes under style parameter. So you can see, as I said, everything we see in Flutter or widgets. So this is a simple text widget. You all know before. So we are going to customize its style by using style parameter. The style parameter takes a function text style. In this text style, we'll be giving whatever styles we need. For example, we can even change the font, font family, and we can change the font size. Let's say font size is, let's keep it 100. If I run this code, you'll see a large text here. So we can customize the style of this text by using the style parameter. And if I need to align this text, I need to align this text in a centered position. What can I do? Simply I use the text align parameter, and I'm using text align as, and I'm just using center. So if I run this code, you can see the text will be centered. See, you can see the text is centered. So I need the text, but I need like a dot dot like structure. So I'll explain that as overflow. Overflow in the sense something has been completely filled and it is going access. So text overflow dot ellipse. So ellipsis, what ellipsis does is it will simply add at 3 dots at the end. So if you have an application that has a long line there, but you need to string that line and tell the user that there is a line. For example, let's take WhatsApp. If your friend is sending a long SMS, your WhatsApp will show read more, or it will show some 3 dots. So that can be achieved by using this overflow parameter. So there are some more stuffs with you can do with text widget also. So our next thing is text field. So text field is the input where we can, you can see, I'm just entering some numbers here. but programmer wants us to enter an integer. So there is an error message showing here, right? Please enter an integer. So if I enter integer, the error has gone, right? So if I remove this and enter character, it is showing some error. So this can also be customized using Flutter's input field. This is a multi-line input text. You can, I'm just entering a lot number of code here, and you can enter, and password input field. Something like confidential, right? So if I enter here, I'm just entering something, but it is in dotted format. If I press this I button, you can see. So you can simply make this icon things work by using. See, this is the code for the input field. See, in this input decoration, you can see that prefix icon.
Prefix icon is the icon which is placed in front.
So this is a prefix icon, and this is a suffix icon. So so we are using an icon button. So there are different types of button. The one kind is icon button also. So in the icon button takes an icon parameter and on pressed event. So on press, what on press does is it will revoke the action when we press the button. So as I said, here we can see the set state function. So what the set state does is it will refresh the page again to inform that there is a change happened in the widget. So what we are using set state here, and sorry. So you can see, so this is a simple code that we are using for the text field. We haven't done any some controversial changes here. This is a text field. We are using obscure text, what text we are going to show, and decoration and input decoration. We are using some code like here, and that's all. We are getting this simple password application. That's all. And next is text to form field. So what is a form is we are going to fill something inside and we are pressing submit. So that is, so text to form field in the sense, if I enter something like this and if I press enter, it will be going to next, and I'm going to enter the number, phone number. See, you can customize the text field as, so I'm just the user, the what to say, the programmer is prompting the user that, sorry, that is, the programmer is prompting the user to enter the phone number, and he's entered the country code also. So if I enter some number, I'm just typing some text here, but it is not working. So I'm just typing the number. So I'm just typing the number, it is showing like this. And the final thing, I'm just entering some email here. You're prompting it. Then the life story. So whatever we need, we can enter here. You can see something like suggestions here. Keep it short. Keep it short.
This is just a demo. So
Whatever we can customize, we can do with Flutter here. So and the salary, like things, see, I'm just placing here. The dollar symbol has arrived. I'm just entering the amount, and you can see an USD here. So and the next thing is we are entering the passwords here. So as I said, password, we are simply typing it, and the values are not visible here. So just hiding and viewing the password. So there are, we can limit the passwords like no more than 8 characters, and you can see the counter is here. If I just type 6, the number changes, right? And we can even retype the password, like if I am entering correct passwords here, we can retype it here. So we can even disable what things we need. So we can customize each things, and however we need, we can customize it. So next is image. So image is more simpler as we expect is. So image from asset in image from URL. So what is an asset is, so what is an asset is, we are we are placing some default images in our application. For example, consider we have an app's logo with us. So how can the user gets the logo is, we are simply placing this user's logo in our assets folder in our program. I'll be showing it later. So and we can simply call it. So image from URL is, we can simply pass the URL to this image